Hello, and welcome to today's almost on-time stream. It's Transport Fever 2 this time round. The performance will get better when I switch over, hopefully. So, welcome. How is everybody? Kangafango, Mr. W, hello. Transport Fever 2. There, now you can see that should be a bit smoother, hopefully, if I move myself. Yes. So, there we are. The date is currently paused, so I might as well resume playback. Decent, thanks. Good. Good to hear. One moment, just let it catch itself. There we are. So, last time we connected the quarry up here. We did a bunch of stuff connecting this bit, and we built a, well, for the era, high-speed line between Olney and Erith. And things are looking good here. I did expand the tram, well, what was a bus, but now is a tram, to go between our two terminuses, if that's the plural. And it does look like we may need to buy a couple more trams here, like maybe 2 more. Good, yes. So this seems to be working fine. There's actually one of our trains arriving. Hello, Mick. Welcome. How's it going? It's going good. Thank you for asking. Yeah, so there's one of our trains. It's tough over here. Seems to be working good still. We added another platform there. And actually, speaking of our trains, we need to upgrade some of our old machines. Because we're still running a lot of the old Jenny Linds and things like that, which isn't as bad as it usually is in Transport Fever, because normally you really want to upgrade your first locomotives as soon as possible, but the Jenny Lind and the tank version of it, the mods, are actually really quite good for the time, like these ones. They are much faster, and I think also stronger than pretty much anything else that you have at the time. So we'll see what we actually need to upgrade. So that's the first thing that I want to do. Good, there's a train right here. Let's see how full that one gets. Hold up, we're back. Gotta get my olive garden, and I got some relatives here. Ooh, nice. Okay, so that looks like it's working out fine. Just want to quickly have a look over here. There is a significant amount of stone waiting at the moment. And our stone train has only just left. So I think we're going to need to expand this a bit more. So let's start with this one, why not? What is our rate? Not the train, the line. Okay. Let's... I originally had 2 of these trains, but then I dropped one off because it wasn't making money. Let's modify... well... Tell you what, we're making good amounts of money at the moment. Let's just duplicate the train. So now we've got 2 of them running, and we'll see how that pans out. I'll probably have to get rid of some of the cars on both of them. Yes, I think so as well. We'll see. So let's go through our lines. Our train lines, more specifically. Where are the trains? Hold on. There we go. So, our Erith Stockport commuter. Actually, let's leave this pinned. This one is doing quite well. We've got this loco on here, which can do a maximum speed of 45 miles an hour, which isn't ideal. Something a little faster would be good. Yeah, I think that that's also mentioned in shows like Curb Your Enthusiasm or things like that. Anyway, manage vehicles. Let's select all of them and modify them. So let's see what other locomotive we can use. We could use the Jenny Linds, which, again, they're very old. Those are the things that I mostly want to replace. But we did find quite a lot, well, unlock quite a lot of the LB and SCR locos. So, actually, can I close that? Hold on. The issue is that there was very little space for the context up there. Can I extend this up at all? Okay, I'll just extend that all the way up, so we can see a little bit more details up here. So that one's only 40 miles an hour, 40, 45, 40, 60. That seems reasonable. What's this one? 50. What is the top speed of our Sterling 8-foot? Okay, well, of course it's almost 70, but this has a maintenance of 231,000 a year, and this one 246,000 a year. So that is actually more expensive. This one has 506 horsepower, 70 kilonewtons tractive effort, so that's 506, 70, 544, 48. Yeah, so it looks like the Sterling is just flat out better than this one, which is an issue when you're playing with modded. If you want to play the game purely as efficiently as you can, which last time around I did, pretty much, but when you're playing with mods, well, last time I didn't play with mods, but when you play with mods, you really can't do that if you want to use all the mods, because they're not going to be balanced with each other. So I think having these locomotives on this line, just to use them, I think is good. So let's put them on. Let's use... Should we use the same color? Let's use different paint jobs as well. Let's try these ones. Ooh. Very nice. Right. Or at least that doesn't exist in my part of the world. Right, apparently it's a casual diner restaurant chain specializing in Italian-American cuisine. Just writing something up and realized, ain't it weird that snakes are used for symbolize evil, but also medicine, something widely seen as a good thing? Yes. And I'm sure that if you wanted to, you could make inferences there, if you were so inclined. I have noticed that before as well, yes. But the thing is that snakes, for example, in Mayan culture as well, well, was it Mayan or was it, Quetzalcoatl, the snake, the winged snake serpent god, who was god of wisdom and of good things mostly, but still a snake, and snakes still do represent. Anyway, so, go back, what do you miss? Well, I replaced 3 locomotives, that's what you missed. I may join VC in a bit to help reach out, but no guarantee this time. Yeah, whatever you want, whatever you want. Quetzalcoatlus. No, not Quetzalcoatlus. Quetzalcoatlus is a... what's the word? It's a specific type of pterosaur. It's a... what's the word? Estarkid. It's an Estarkid. No, I mean Quetzalcoatl, the actual deity. Flying scary thing. Okay, so let's have a look at our other locomotives. I really want to see what the liveries look like. That's our freight train, or bread train. We've got this one. Which is a different black one. This one's the one without the text, I think. Ooh, also need to upgrade the cars, I think, because they may not be able to handle our top speed, the top speed of the locos. I think the yellow one's my favorite. Okay, so let's have a look at our cars. So these ones are the 6-axle, I think these ones. Yeah, 52 miles an hour. We've got those ones which are 60, and so I think I'll replace them with that. We've got 56 capacity. Hello, Eliza, welcome. Quetzalcoatl, yes, that's the one. Why are you guys talking about Lucoa? Lucoa? I'm not sure what that is. Well, Lucuma tastes nice. Lucuma does taste nice. Were you in on some spicy chatter and not telling me? No, we were just talking about deities and how snakes represent medicine, but also evil. That's 75, we don't need those. Right. But welcome in, Elisa. Yes, Elisa, right. I keep forgetting. Let's use the... I like the teak ones. Let's use the teak ones. Or maybe the green ones. Yeah, that... Actually, let's put one of those on as well, just so we've got all of them. And... okay, so... I'm gonna need to do this for all of them, apparently. One moment. Just quickly adding them. Just one more. Now I could just replace them all with the same thing and sorry, and then replace the locos after, and that might be the easier way of doing it, but I've already done it now, so... Oh wait, I got the wrong Quetzalcoatl. I got the wrong one. Oh, I see. Oh, right. Yes. Yes, you did have the wrong one. There we are, so this should speed things up considerably. Although with our added speed and capacity, maybe we don't need 3 trains. I'll let it run for a while, and then we can see what our train's capacity is like. Aerith food delivery, which we don't have trains on? Oh, is that the... Wait a minute, which line is this? Oh, that's our narrow gauge one, which doesn't work. Yeah, we can just delete that line. We don't need that at the moment. Can I delete the line from here? Manage line. And then delete the line there. Okay. Aerith Grain. We're using the Jenny Lynn? No, we're using the Caravan. Which are these ones. Now, I do need to do some work with this, because at the moment we've just got so many small trains which are blocking each other. So, I'm going to reduce the number of trains, but increase the length of them. Improved engine green in it? No, I think that was a different color. From that article, she is so cheerful and joyous enough. She is so cheerful and joyous enough to the point that she rarely frowns or shows any negative emotions. She is refreshingly laid back and carefree, who is rarely seen without a smile. A result of her never-ending optimism. I see. Well, as for me, I started work on a new tank, the TR-45H Black Eagle 2. I'm assuming you mean the tank as in the weapon, not as in the tank engine. Yes, probably. So, what is our current capacity? Our current cargo capacity is 308 items. So let's replace our vehicles. All of them replace. So let's choose a locomotive. We need one that's a bit stronger, so it can handle a longer train. So this one has a horsepower of 272. High speed of 50, but speed isn't necessarily the important factor here. Let's see. What about these ones? 272, isn't that the same? It is the same, it's just slower and... yeah, that's also different. Okay. That one might be worth using. Although... actually, that one is probably a better option. Yes, it's 10 miles an hour slower, but with freight that doesn't necessarily matter that much. So this one, the difference is about 30,000 a year. And that would get us 5 more miles per hour. And quite a bit more in terms of power as well. Yeah, let's use, well, or I could go up for this one, which is another step more. And if I'm gonna run these long trains, then probably I'm gonna use this one. So I'll choose this one. Yellow, yeah, why not? I like the yellow. So, if we want to try 2 trains, we're gonna need a capacity of about 150 in each. So what do our... so the generic British goods wagons that we've been using so far have a capacity of 7. What about these ones? That's 5. That's worse. Decidedly worse. That is 6, which is a little bit worse. 5, which is, again, more worse. Then we've got the narrow gauge stuff. We've got our default boxcar, which is 4, which is much worse. 3 plank, 4. We could use... yeah, so the ones that we've been using thus far are, by the looks of things, the best ones we've got available at the moment. So... okay. Let's just see if we put on enough for a capacity of 150. How long would that make our train? $154. That would be 153 meters long. Let's quickly pause it. Replace our train. Oh, I can't actually, I can barely afford that. Okay, let's replace them. There we go, that pretty much took most of my money. And then let's have a look at our platforms. So how long did we say these were? Details. Length. Because we need to check our platform length. Length, 153 meters. So we can use stations to approximate the length of platforms. So, actually, hold on. It would have to be this one. So yeah, that's 160 meters there. And then up here we've got, it looks like 160 meters as well. So that should theoretically be fine. And hopefully now I can delete 2 of them. So sell those. And then those 2 I'll upgrade again to add a few more wagons so that we actually use the full 160 meter and 161 meter, that should be fine, length. Okay, so I named it Black Eagle 2 because there was already a tank. Name that, yeah. Alright, sure it is. That ain't yellow, that's green. Also, imagine an LBSCR Sterling in improved engine green. That would be interesting. So we've still got these ones on the other line. We'll get to that soon. But now I want to see how well our trains do that we've just bought. So we've got one of them here. How well is that going to accelerate? Because we did go for the more powerful one, didn't we? Yeah, we did. 544 horsepower. Was actually an idea I had for trains reskin, but I've not made it yet. Ah, right. Well, it's a nice idea. So yeah, we've got a lot of stuff here. Okay, so let's just... Hold on. I'll just fast forward until we're over by the other station, and then I want to do a round trip, at least one anyway, to see how this goes. Oh, I see, this one apparently doesn't have a whistle. That's a bit disappointing, but it's not that big of a deal. No, it doesn't have one, unfortunately, by the looks of things. Nope. Apparently not. Okay, so how much are we going to earn? So this is only partly full. Is it still going to earn profit? Yes, by the looks of things. So let's quickly do that. Okay. So this is the second run. What is our current rate? 351. That should be plenty. That should be plenty, theoretically. Did they seriously bind whistle to H? H for horn. Yes. It's a traditional key. Oh, horn, that makes more sense. Yeah, I'm back. How's it going? Well, I've replaced 2 more locomotives. Thank you. Okay, so here we are. Loading more stuff in. How full are we going to get this time? That's not at capacity as much as I would like. But maybe it's not needed. Maybe we can actually cut some of those cars off. Tell you what, I'll cut some of the cars off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll save on running costs. It'll make them faster. And it doesn't look like we need them at the moment. If it turns out that we do need them at some point, then I will change that. So let's do our second grain line. Okay, this is it ready, ladies and gentlemen. So, what sort of a rate do we have currently? Well, okay, that's fine. A capacity of 385. Okay. Managed vehicles. Okay, I'm going to delete... I'm going to delete 3 of them, and then I'm going to rebuild them. Oops. Going to rebuild them, so I'm going to delete 3. And then replace those. I'm going to put on the same locomotive we used before, but maybe in a different paint scheme. Let's put it in the brown. Why not? Then let's put on cargo wagons. And let's put on... let's try a length of 160 meters. There we go. Ah, no, that is a nice livery for this locomotive, don't you think? How's our express train doing? It is doing very well. That is good. Reminds me of Thomas. We're cutting the train in half. Reminds me of Thomas. Really? Yeah, I guess I get that a bit, yes. Yes, that, Thomas. Actually, I think for the freight I prefer them in that brown, so I'm actually going to modify these two to have them in the brown livery as well. I think that just fits quite nicely with the freight. Okay, so how is our thing doing up here? Okay, there's some stuff waiting. Let's see, when the next train arrives at that point, which is this one, let's see how much it'll load. Like if there's enough storage to fully load the train, or if there's less stuff left over, or if there's not enough things stored. I do want to also get to opening a new line today. Actually, I will modify that statement. I want to extend a line down to Olney, or whatever that's called, which is the one that runs down to, well, down from Gould. I think that would be really nice. Then we'd have the first passenger line with more than 2 stops. I think it was Olney, yes. Or Olney. Okay, so we come in here, load up. Okay, okay. We've still got a little bit of space left over, but we're running mostly full. We've got 7. Actually, is that really only 7? Huh. No, oh right, it's 1, it's more than that, it's probably 21 if it's 1 for each. Then that should be running in a more profitable way. Let's see how it does when it arrives. I want to see the paycheck. Because currently it's in the red, but that will probably change, or hopefully change. Okay. I need to watch one more cycle just to make sure that that it stays like that, because of how it calculates the money. I think it's monthly or something like that. We'll see. How are our lines doing profit-wise? Yeah, everything's working except for the conmats at the moment. We'll see. Actually, our Riverside Express is our most profitable run currently. And it's a passenger train, that's exciting. Okay. Oh right, of course, because this isn't... Oh right, that's just how many it's not even loaded yet. That's fine. That's fine. So... I think I'll remove 1 more wagon from these. Or actually, let's remove 2. just because I don't think we need them currently, and I can always extend the length when it gets to it. But the shorter it is, of course, the less running cost there'll be, and the faster it'll be, so the more profitable it will eventually be. So when it arrives, we'll see what its profit margin is then. By the looks of things, it'll be fine. We'll see. Yes. Okay, so it is consistently making profit. That's good. Okay, how about our grain 2 line? Is that a grain 2 train? Yes. Okay, so this one's not made profit at the moment. And it's still running empty with a lot of it. So if I cut off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's cut off 9. 9 cars. Wagons, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, sure. That should make them more profitable as well. And if there's tough stockpiling at the stations, I can always add more later. There we are. Good, good, good. How is the stockpile looking over here? That's looking good. Over here, there's quite a lot of stuff there. But we do have a train approaching. Let's see if this train actually gets full with a reduced number of cars. I really do like the freestyle stations. And the answer is most definitely yes. It does actually get full, in which case I am going to need to add back on a couple of cars. 1, 2, let's do 3. Okay, so that's working. Now let's have a look at some more of our lines. So, stock and food delivery, that one's already that's already been upgraded. Let's have them by line name. Actually, the Winslow branch. These are still using the Jenny Linds. But I think they're actually doing fine at this point. Stockpile, but I thought there was only one. Oh, I see. Yeah. Right, so then we've got the Gould Express, which is good at the moment. We've got the Riverside Express, that's good. That's good. We've got the construction materials train, which... it's not as profitable as I would hope, because there's such a short distance. Maybe it would be more beneficial to have a cargo tram running that way. Although, I do want to use this platform. Or maybe if I just reduce the number of cars it has, honestly. So if I maybe do 1, 2, 3, 4... 5. Take 5 away. That alone might make it better. And I think we can leave this little loco on here. Well, either that or replace it with a saddle tank. Because I know that what's this one? This one's 121,000 a year, and our saddle tank 120,000 a year. It's 40 miles an hour. The other one's a little slower, but that doesn't really matter because on this line it's very short anyway. That one's got... Actually, it's uphill, so actually that might do better. Okay, so let's put on a little saddle tank instead. Oops. Let's have a look. Ah, very nice. How full is this going to get this time? 19 only. I see. Oh, is that because we've run out of stone? Nope, we've got plenty of stone. Okay, well that should help that train a bit. It's also going to make it go up faster. Okay, so I think that's everything upgraded. Okay, that's all good. So far, at least. Right, I'm off, as I'm quite tired. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Thank you very much, and have a good night. Bye-bye. Imagine it's GWR 850 in GNR Blue. Right, thanks for coming. Good night. Yes, yes. Okay, so how is this one doing? Yeah, doing really quite good. Doing really quite well. So, now that we've taken care of that. Wait, no, I meant GER Blue. Oh, I thought that's what I read it as. Okay, so actually that's a good point. Should we extend the branch from Goole to Winslow down all the way to Olney? Or should we extend it down to Swinton? Because if we extend it down to Swinton, then that means that Swinton will also have more connections and will be able to grow. But the same can be said for Olney. And if Olney looks like the sort of town that will get really quite large, and that I want to get really quite large, especially with this bridge going over it, it'll look really good. So I think I'll connect it to Olney first, and then maybe the other one as well. So we could have it running... Actually, you know what? I don't know. Maybe it would be better the other way. Because if I have this as a branch... Actually, I suppose going down to Tottenham, that could be a branch, those 3 stations, and then we could have a little bit more traffic at Winslow. I think that would work. Because I was thinking that might be a little bit of a short distance for a line. Can't wait to go to North Conway. It's going to be like a 5-hour drive, and my legs will probably be numb. And we leave probably at crack of dawn. Ah, yes, I remember journeys where you leave at the crack of dawn. I'm yawning just thinking about it. Not literally, but figuratively. Okay, so let's do this. I want to extend this up to Winslow. And I would like the line to continue through the tunnel where the freight train's going. Yawning or yearning? Maybe a bit of both. So we could have it going through the freight station, which wouldn't be ideal because it means that a train would have to wait by this signal while this train goes here, loads, then leaves, and that would slow us down a lot. So we could have a line coming out there. Let's see. Let's put on the contour lines. We're back. Sure. Actually, that's not too bad. We could literally just have a branch going straight there. Like cutting off this bit. Then we'd have 2 lines going there, which might not be that bad. Or we could have a parallel line. Let's try with a parallel line first. The main issue of which will be actually connecting there. Unless... Oops, that's not the right line. Hold on. Standard tracks, please. Unless we did it through the tunnel? I guess I could have it connect through the tunnel like that. So having it branch off in there. I think that's probably the best solution, actually. Although not if it looks like that. Hold on. So what if I put in little bits of straight track going in like that? I might as well let it split off after. And then let it come in like this. Then I need a double slip switch in there. Then have it come off like... yes, like definitely. Have it extended like that. That doesn't really clip. That seems good. Sounds like a nice thought. Looks like Henry's Tunnel. Perhaps. I mean, we could have it be two separate ones and then those connect. Actually, that might be a better solution, thinking about it. It might even look better as well. Sure, let's do that. And the easiest way of doing that, keeping a little bit of a gap in between, is if you put in some tracks paralleling like that. Is one really enough? Or maybe two? If I delete that, what would that look like? Actually, that might look quite nice. Yeah, so then you delete the middle track. And that then basically makes it keep the gap in between. Yeah, I like that. Of course, I'll still need a... Actually, if I make it come up from here, that might work better. Hold on. This way around, maybe. Yeah, 75 miles an hour. Great. At least in that bit. So yeah, then you can see we've got this 4-track tunnel, essentially, going up there. Now it's just a question of connecting it. So actually, yeah, let's work on the connection first. I could have it with a diamond, which honestly might be, well, actually having it two going in. So having it like that and then have the parallel track coming in as well. Or I could have the parallel track merging in here first and then have it go in like that. And I think this way of doing it looks better. So let's do that. And then I'll have to double slip switch that. And I'll have to replace some of the signals. Well, technically one of the signals to there. Okay. Right, so next, let's have that go along there. And that's also useful because it means that we will be able to utilize the brickworks later on if we need to. Like, if I can make that an additional platform if I need to. Okay, so now what? Well, we're going to need to either cross over this line over here and then have a bridge over there and then continue up this way. Or we could continue along, cross over there, then go around here, then come over there and join in, either join in with the express track over here someplace. Well, actually, we're going to have to do that anyway. So I think having it, maybe having it branch off here might be a good idea. Okay, so in that case, I think we're going to need a bit of elevated track going over the station. There we are. So let's put it, does 3 high work? Maybe. Let's use, come on, let's use one of the, well, maybe one of these bridges. Let's use the big one. Would that work? Maybe. What if I lower it so it's straight? Ah, that's a bit too low in that case. So let's put the height up one more. Put on the big bridge. How would that look? Actually, that looks fine. Good. Good, good. So, let's put that there. And then let's have this coming down like that. Big sort of loop, then connecting up with, not with the platform, but with this track. What's the speed limit? 53. It's not ideal, but it'll work. Can I lower that down a bit? Maybe? Not really. Apparently it won't make a crossing. Oh, there we go. Now it'll make a crossing. Okay, that'll... Actually, let's have a look. Will that work? I like it elevated for the passenger line. So let's keep it like that. Let's put our second line across. That's extended this one a bit, but I suppose that's fine as well. And then let's have it come over to where the river is. Could have this as a bridge, but I think an embankment would look better. Maybe? Maybe. Or maybe if we have this a bit of a smaller curve, then it won't have to go down as far. Maybe 60 would be good. Although that is quite a large thing. I suppose we could have gone around the back of this industry, but then we wouldn't have a nice bridge. Maybe if I did have the bridge angled down a bit. Let's try redoing that bit. I originally didn't want it to be angled down, but maybe that's a better solution. After all, the bridges were sometimes on grades, actually quite often on grades. No, not like that, please. You can also do bridges of industries, or does the game not permit that? Nope. Okay, that way. Hold on, there we go. Would that work? Maybe have it sloping down, but not that far down, maybe? Although I suppose... Nah, that just looks a bit too steep. Let's try that. Alright, makes sense, though, really. Yeah. Now that, I don't like. Really? Is it gonna keep that? Apparently so. What if I do that and then rebuild this bit? No, now it'll keep it. Okay, good. And let's try 60 miles an hour like that. Maybe going down at a slightly less steep angle. That's already looking better. Maybe I can use the smoothing tool to make this embankment not be as steep. Let's quickly do that now. Let's make it into more of a hill. Actually, yeah, let's smoothen it out first. No, not flatten. I wanted to smooth it. Just sort of like that. This side as well a little bit. Then maybe even increase the height over on this bit slightly to make there be a little bit of a bigger hill that it's kind of been built onto. I think that'll look quite nice, even if it is costing a small fortune. Yeah, I know, but I can't really do anything about that. Even if I wanted to. Yeah, like that. And then I can put down... If I wanted to, I could also just draw on some forest up here. Just a little bit of it. Just on this hill. Mixed forest, by the looks of things. Is that tree good there? Nah, that's too big. Like that. Love it. Good. Now, I can make this look prettier in the future as well, but Let's leave it like this for now. Okay, the next point of interest is the connection up here. So given that we've got the bridge connection in here, I do need it to come in before the bridge. Hopefully, well, ideally down here, where it's already a little lower. In which case I can put a nice bridge on here as well, getting over that. That is the right bridge, yes. Getting over that little road there. Let's do something like that. I think that's the one I used before. And then should I double track this? I mean, if it'll work. Yeah, why not? Although it might look nicer having it be single track up there and then having a junction over here on the embankment. Okay, let's make it look nice. I know that's probably where the priority should be. Anubis Gaming TV, hello, welcome. How are you? Okay, and I know I should probably put in a double slip switch here. So I'll quickly delete these two signals. And the junction, yes, yes. I'm fine, thanks. What about you? Good, good. I'm playing Transport Fever, so of course things are good. Well, not bad at least. Well, as long as I'm not bankrupt. Yes. So let's put those in there. I already made that a double slip switch. Let's put one in there. You need help. With what? Okay. I'm trying to get started on the game, but I'm really struggling. Do you mean with money or with what? Okay, so I could have that be a curve right there, or I could have it go straight over, then cross over with a bridge, and then come. I think that'll be a nice straight run. I think that I said a few too many times there. Let's just make this straight, just so we can line it up properly. Okay. Then let's put in a bridge. Let's use one of these ones. Why not? Well, in the start, I never find a proper industry route, and I need start over and over again. Do you have some tips on how to start? Well, I would suggest starting, well, it depends on the map, obviously, but I would suggest starting with grain, delivering grain from industry to a food processing, from a farm to a food processing plant, and then to a town that needs it. That is obviously a good start, because industries like iron and steel and things like that take a lot of steps in the chain are, of course, more difficult. How to find a nice map? Well, I would say just try. It does give you, like, a try to roll randomly, is what I mean. Because it does give you a preview, obviously, when you're generating a new map. And just keep on generating until you find one that you like, really. Can't really give more advice on that. Also, you should, when you're playing the game, you should, I always start my lines with only a few, hold on, is that really about the way? Okay, there we go. With only a few cars on a train. One train, usually on a line, and then a few cars on it, a few wagons. And then as I see there being more demand, so when things are piling up on the platforms or whatever, then I start adding more cars and things like that. It's so random. All the maps I'm generating are so spread. You mean all the stuff is spread out? Yeah, but that's good, because the further the distance is that you transport something between industries, as the crow flies, not how long the train takes, but or whatever you're using, but the distance between the actual start and destination, the greater the distance is, the more you'll earn from it. So having longer distances between things is good. So for example here, I've got this quarry here with the construction materials plant right there, and I had originally used that, which really wasn't that profitable, but then I found the quarry up here, and now I'm using that and shipping it all the way from up here down to this plant, and that is much more profitable. So things being spread out isn't necessarily a bad thing. Also, why does that look like it's got a curve in it? I think that's because it does have a curve in it. I suppose that's okay. But yeah, sometimes it can take a few attempts to generate a map that you really enjoy. I think I like that little curve there, but I think I'm going to use the small bridge spline, the small arch bridge spline here, just for a bit of variety. But yeah, there are plenty of tutorials on YouTube as well that should help you get through some of the basics of the game, things like that. Did I connect that to the... I think I connected that to the right one. If you're having issues with specific things, I might be able to help you as well. Okay, so that is now connected, and I have already connected it up here. So now I just need to put in signals. I need a signal basically there. Okay, then I'll put one over here. I'll put a pair here. Over by the crossing. Is it better to start straight away with a train or better to start with cars? It depends on the situation. I tend to start with a train, but only in situations where I'm quite confident that it'll earn a profit. And I only really do carts if the distances are really quite close. One thing that you can do just to earn a little bit of constant profit is to have in-town bus lines. So, for example, have a bus line just in every town, have a bus line going from one end to it over to the other end, just going back and forth. Yes, it'll only earn you a little bit of profit, like only a few thousand a month, but that's more than nothing. And that could be enough to just push you over the red line, basically. I knew we were going to say it depends on the situation. Of course, that's the fun of the game, isn't it? To look at the situation that you're in and to figure out the best logistical infrastructure to deal with that situation. But yeah, I do usually start with a train. I used to start with a passenger train, going from one town to the closest, because, well, town to town is pretty universally available. So it doesn't depend on what map you have that much. You're pretty much always going to have two towns that are relatively close by to each other. And yeah, basically. But I have recently started focusing more on industry early on, because industry is probably more profitable, depending on the thing, but it can also be more complex. And another question, please, could you explain the signs? I did not find a proper tutorial explain this. Signs or signals? Sorry if I have so many questions, Charles. No, that's fine. That's fine. Do you mean... Oh, thank you. Is that... Anubis Gaming TV, thank you. Do you mean signs or signals? Also, am I really going to extend... I guess that'll work. I'll probably have to buy a couple more trains, but that'll work. If I extend our ghoul train line. Actually, let's have a look at our rock line. How is our rock line doing? Well, it is in the good, in the green, in the blue, I guess. But I will quickly remove 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 5. Let's remove 5 cars. That should be better. Signals on the tracks. Sure. Motorcycle. Huh. Someone simped? No. Oh, it was only Charles. What do you mean? Anyway, so the way the signals work is... Okay, let's take this example. So, because I'm playing in the UK with mods, my trains are running on the left with signals on the left. If you're playing at default mode, your trains will be running on the right probably. So you've got which way the signals face. So, the way this works is, we've got a signal here, and then you've got another signal over here. And from those two signals, that's called a signal block. So, from that signal here to that signal there. And if there is a train anywhere between those two signals, then that signal block will be occupied, which means that that signal will be red, and no second train can enter that block. So this train, if there were already a train in between those two signals, that train that we've got there would just go to the signal and then stop and wait for the tracks to be clear to the next signal. Then once the train has passed on, that signal would go green and the train would continue. So only one train can ever be between two signals, basically. And that only works with the signals facing in this direction. If I put a signal on this track like that, so they're facing the same way, that short little distance would be a block, one signal block. If I make it facing this way, then that wouldn't work. It wouldn't recognize it. So by default, trains can just go through signals both directions. If you click on a signal and then toggle one way up here, you'll see that the icon will change, so only the top light is lit and the other two are off. That means a train can only go through the facing direction, so if it's actually facing the signal and not backwards. That can be useful for doing things like lines and things like that. And that's basically it. The trains will only ever follow the path of the lines that you've selected, so those colorful paths. So even if you've got a runaround track to go around a blocking train, the trains will just queue up and wait. They won't actually go around, like they do in OpenTTD, for example. So that's basically it. Was that clear enough, or do you need me to go into explain it in more detail? Okay, so let's extend the Ghoul to Winslow branch over to Olney as well. Why are those slow? Is it because of the hill? It's probably because of the hill. Okay, so let's quickly pause that. So on the interchange, how do you place them to be efficient? You mean on junctions? Okay, so manage line, add one station down here. That is not the correct platform. I want it to be platform 2. Yes. 1 moment. I'll show you in 1 moment. Then we'll put one up here, and that should work. Although I will probably need more trains on that line, because we've now got a longer distance, of course. So I'll quickly have a look at the vehicle. So what's our max speed? Our maximum speed is ... 50 miles an hour, which is good. So yeah, I think we're just gonna, I'll leave the 2 trains running for the moment so we can see how things balance out, and then I can add more trains as needed. So the way that I do it, so let's take this junction for example. You've got a line going this way, in this direction, and then you've got the other track going in that direction, and then you've got one joining in. The way that I place the signals is in the direction of travel. So it is in the UK, so the trains go on the left. So on the left-hand side, I just put a signal right in front of the junction, so that if there's a train coming onto the junction and blocking it, another train coming from down here can go all the way up to the junction and stop here and wait. So I've got another signal over on this side, just in front of the junction here, and then I've got another signal here, just in front of the junction. Now, if you're working with single track junctions, things get a little bit more difficult, because I might as well just place a little bit of example track while things sort themselves out anyway. So if you've got a single track going that way, going that way, and then you've got a single track merging in from the side, and those are your 2 lines, then what you could do is place signals just before the junction, looking at the junction at all 3 points. But if you've got more than one train running on, if you've got 2 lines basically, if you've got one line going off that way and one line going off that way, and if you have more than one train going on either line, you will run into issues. The trains will get stuck. Because what will happen is, there's a train coming in this way, it wants to go left. But this signal can only clear the train up to the next signal. That'll be one signal block. So if you imagine the line going all the way off there, and we'll have another signal down there somewhere, then from this signal's point of view, if there's any train between this signal and the next one, this one will be red. So then the train, if there's another train coming the other way, this train will come this way, stop here. Then we've got another train, it's coming this way. It comes up to the junction, wants to go that way, and it'll stop here. And now you've got those 2 trains blocking each other because neither one can continue. That's why with single track junctions, which in this game I very rarely use single track anyway, because double tracking isn't that expensive for most cases, but sometimes I do use it. And in that case, you just need to get rid of the signals on one side. I usually get rid of the ones of the signal on the facing point of the junction. So that would be this single one. So I would get rid of that one. So then we've only got those 2 here. Then you'd think, well, how do I make a train actually go on the line if there's another thing back there? And that is a passing loop, like Hango has already said. So what you would do is you would have a straight line going like that. Then you would have a junction, have it continue over like that, and then you'd have it join back in, and then you'd have the main line continuing off that way. So then you've got a passing loop here. And with a passing loop, the point is that the trains only go in one direction on one side. So in the UK, trains would go on the left. So if we're coming like this, a train is going on the left side, then I would put a signal here, just in front of the main line bit, and then put a signal on the other side, on, again, the left track from this point of view. So now, say there's a train coming from this direction. It's coming over here, it's on this line, and there's another train coming from this direction. It also wants to turn off. Then this train coming this way would go onto the left-hand side, and this signal here would see that its signal block, so it's the distance from well, the section of track from this signal to the next signal, which will be down there someplace, is occupied because there's another train coming the other way. So it'll stop the train here, while the other train will come up to this signal, and it'll say, okay, this signal, the stretch of track from this signal to the next one, which is going along the left side of the loop, all the way up to here is clear, because our train, since it's only going on its left side, is waiting on the passing loop. The train that's coming on like that can just go straight through, and then the other train can come on. So I know that sounds a bit confusing, but a simple way to think of it is, on single track, don't have signals that are facing each other. And even if there's a junction like that, this is still single track. You've got one bit of single track going left and one bit going straight. It still counts as single track. So having a signal here means you would have this signal facing itself there, and then that would, so you'd have signals facing each other on single track. No, but it's really clear. Thank you so much. You're welcome. I'm glad I could help. Okay, so now how are our trains doing? Are people waiting here? There are 14 people. Although, what about here? Oh, okay, 20, 37, going the other way. Good, good. That is our construction materials train. Where are our passenger trains? We've got one up here. That one is full. Okay. And there's one that just left. Okay. I think what I'll do is I'll buy one more of these trains. Although I will pause that one until the other one has arrived at its destination. Hold on, I'll pin that view. Also, if you're having financial troubles, I would suggest going over to the line statistics view, which is the button on the bottom right, those circular buttons, that one. Clicking there, and then sorting by balance. And then you can see which lines are losing you the most money. And then just either get rid of those until you've stabilized your stuff, or until you've or fix them. So yeah. I'll keep this in mind too for when I start playing this game someday. You do have it, don't you? Quite helpful advice for trains routes too, actually. Thanks indeed. Oh, you're welcome. About the setup of the map, do you have any tips about small, medium, large, city and industries for beginner, please? Well, if your PC or Mac, well, I know Mac is a kind of PC. If your machine, if your computer can handle it, I would go with a medium map with just default settings. The reason why I would suggest not going for small is because when you get to the late game and you unlock those high-speed trains that are really fancy and they look really good, you will not be able to use them, because those high-speed trains take a whole bunch of money every month, running costs. They're really expensive, and the only way that they can earn their money's worth, is if they run at top speed for a significant amount of distance, which means you need cities that are quite far apart, which you just don't have in a small map. So that is why I would suggest a medium map. And industries and towns, I would just leave them as normal. Have you? Sure. Yeah. Because the thing is, you can increase the number of industries or towns, but then the industries and towns are going to be closer together. And if you have them closer together, then you will earn less money for each delivery, but the trains still cost the same amount of running, have the same amount of running costs, which means that you're just not going to have that much profit. Because like I said before, the distance that you carry stuff, plus also how fast you deliver stuff, is how much money you earn. Then there is the one-to-one map. There is actually one-to-one? Question mark? Oh, not one-to-one. Yeah, the format. Yeah, there are also pre-made maps. well, I say pre-made. Pre-made by fans that you can find. I did think about using a UK map for this, a pre-made UK map, but that was just too large and too laggy for streaming and things like that. So all on medium R? What do you mean? So all medium R. Yeah, basically. That is what I would suggest. Yes, I have seen that. That is really, really interesting. Also, another thing, if you're just getting used to the game, is if you've started building a railway empire, or whatever, a network, and you get into bankruptcy, nothing's working. A thing that I would suggest doing is putting on the no costs mod that comes delivered with the game. You can put it on when you go into the load screen, which basically just lifts your concern about money. It'll make it so nothing costs anything, or actually it'll give you infinite money. So then you have no pressure and plenty of time to try to figure out how to do things logistically. And then when you feel like you've set it up correctly, or in a profitable way, then you can put the mod off again. Just so you don't have the frustration of starting over and over and over and over, because if that then causes you to get frustrated and burned out with a game, then it would be better to use the no-cost mod and then still find the game fun and be able to learn it in that case. But that's of course up to you. Think of it as a temporary loan, but without a set limit, yes. Bye-bye, Eliza. Thank you. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, another thing to remember is, if you have the money to repay a loan, in-game as well as in real life, do it right away. Because the loan, the higher the loan is, the more interest you have to pay every month. So, if you've got 500,000, or if you've got $100,000 in-game, you've just earned that, and you've got the big loan, then repaying that immediately, unless you want to reinvest it, is a good call, because then you can always take out the loan again later when you need it, only you won't have been paying for having it all that time. So, yeah. Only 9 passengers going this way, interesting. Let's just quickly fast forward. Maybe it would be worth putting on the 60-mile-an-hour trains here. Ooh, also another little tip is, you can pause the date. If you click on the date in the bottom right corner, then you can pause it there, and that will... Actually, why are these trains so close together? Those should space each other out. Should be spaced out. Hold on. Yeah, if you go down here, click there, and you can pause the date, so that you won't be unlocking new stuff and while you haven't even used the old stuff. So then you can get full use out of the trains that you have. Okay, I'll resume these trains when that one gets into Winslow. Yes, I know this is wasting money, but it'll be better in the end if they're spaced out. They should theoretically do that on their own. Or is that only road traffic? Might only be road traffic. It's almost there. Do the coaches have interior view too? I don't think it works that way. You can move the camera back, but then of course it shifts over from side to side when you're... Okay, let's start these now. Both of them, actually. shift side to side when you're going around curves. Come on, there we go. So this should theoretically still be... Ooh, it's not covering everything anymore. There are some buildings down here that are not covered. Huh. I suppose I could have a little connection there with a path or something like that. And even with the pause, it made some money. Oh, and now it's got more passengers loaded as well. Well, I could do that, or... Actually, no, I like the trams going down that long high street. So maybe having a small little bus line that just goes up and around might be good. Going that way. And then maybe even coming up this way. Having one there. One there. And then one there. Willis 1961, welcome. Would be nice if there was an auto build prevention brushed in this. True. The MP train stream was fun. That should be a regularly scheduled event. Maybe once a month? It is fun. Maybe, I don't know. The thing is that if I've got it scheduled on my end, then it would probably eat into the train's route development time, which, hold on, Olney round bus, sure, which I really don't want. I could have it replace a Minecraft stream, or at the moment, oh, that's the wrong depot. Oh right, I don't have a, hold on, liquid. Or I could either a Minecraft stream or at the moment a Transport Fever 2 stream. But I really, really enjoy those things, so I don't really want to slot those out either. I mean, I guess we could maybe do it instead of ETS2 on Sundays sometime, but that is up to Kango. Is that good there? I think that's good there. Applying to both roads and houses. Right. Hello, was there fun? Do it in the misc slot. Perhaps. Let's use that one. Let's just use 2 of them. We're not really going to need many because this is just to catch those little houses over here. Anything new that grows up there. So that should theoretically work. Also, these trams seem to need more, basically. Let's try adding another 3. Not sure about everyone's time availability though. Yeah, that's another case. And the thing is that from a... Actually, maybe. I don't know. It's a thing to consider. Okay, so how many people are waiting here? 23 for the branch, 15 for the express. Okay. Currently got 23 loaded. Let's see how this one will do. But yeah, I'd like that too. Trace, just to check, did you see my larger message? Oh right, I mean, we could do it on my Sunday slot once a month perhaps. This Sunday we will be finishing the Promod Special Transports Escort Convoy Part 3. But after that, who knows? Oh right, I didn't see that one. That's not great. Okay, I think I'm going to move that signal back to there, so that the passenger train has a little bit of a higher chance of actually getting the line through right away. Also, maybe putting in a signal there could help as well with that. Schedule it a week or two out so everyone knows about it and has a chance to download the appropriate route session. Yes. The thing is, I wasn't even sure if I was going to do something special for my 200th live stream in addition to the Haddoncourt Tramway until that Wednesday, basically. Ooh, so many people waiting here. It's full already? And there are 65 people wanting to go to Ghoul. Guess it's time for another train. Let's see how that'll work. And that's the thing with having longer lines. If there's one bit of a longer line that is really busy, then you have to expand capacity on the entire line to accommodate that, which obviously means that the other sections of the line will be overly stocked? No, not stocked. Overly built. Overly designed, there we go. I think you can view the interior, but no actual interior view. Yeah, if you move the camera back enough, you can put it into the interiors of the coaches. But then it just moves over to the sides and when you're going around curves. So for example here, you can see I can put it in here, but then you can see it wobbling around. Especially when we go around a curve. Yeah, see that? It is nice, but okay, so let's fast forward. But yeah, that is a reason why I haven't actually done any testing on this, but I have a suspicion that it is more efficient to have passenger lines only going between two towns and then have each separate thing be its own passenger line. So then you can accurately put on just exactly how many trains you need per line. Looks like the brakeman was about to fall asleep. He did a bit, yeah. That too. Hi sir, you seem tired. Are you alright? Yes. How many people? 127? Yeah, there are lots of people who need to go on this line. But actually, let's see. How many will get off? Actually, one moment. If I go into terminals, or can I see what destinations they've got? No, I can't, unfortunately. That is unfortunately unfortunate. But we'll see. Thank you for all your tips, Paradise. You're welcome. Yeah, so let's see how many get off at Ghoul. Also, I need to rename this, that might help. And it won't, but it... Out of universe it might help. Well, in universe it might help, but out of universe it won't. Anyway. Olney. There we go. Hold on. Olney, there we go. Let's see, we've got 56 people currently in the train. Love that exposed rock face. In the woods on that mountain looks very good. Yes, I agree. I also really like the view of this town with a bridge coming around like that. So... most of them. I think there were 12 that remained inside. Yeah. Let's quickly go to Olney. Maybe upgrade to a faster loco? Yeah. Although this is the, well, technically third fastest loco we've got. But the thing is, if I have more trains, because I need to support that stretch between Goole and, what's it called? Winslow, then I don't really want those costing money, extra money for their speed on that other bit, but I suppose that could maybe work. But this is already our third fastest loco, though, the first being the Sterling 8-foot, the single-wheeler, and then the second one being one of those yellow locos, and then this is the third one. We'll see. But I suppose if it speeds up faster, would also help with that. Could also go for cars with higher capacity, perhaps. I'll quickly go up to Olney and then see how many people are waiting there. And then we'll see. Then we will see. Does Olney need... oh, Olney does need bricks. Ah, yes, I did remember correctly. Is that all covered by... yeah, it is good. It's too bad it won't let you change the number of cars each station. Yeah, I mean that is a feature of Railroad Tycoon. That let you do that, because it just assumed there were yards on the different things. Oh well. Okay, so... yeah, I mean this seems profitable enough at the moment. Let's see. If I... okay, let's try it. Let's see my notes. Yes, that is true. Let's try our 60-mile-an-hour one. And can I repaint this or not? Oh, yes, I can. So, what sort of coaches? We need ones capable of 60 miles an hour, which would be these ones, technically. Let's expand the capacity a little bit as well. So let's try that. Oh wait, so you could have had a yellow, I mean improved engine green sterling. Yes, I could have, if that one has the colorable thing. Actually, I think that's a bit of a, that shade is a little too dark. Hold on, let me just replace all the trains with ones that have a slightly, actually, it would have to be modified. One moment. That one, I think. Yeah, I think that one fits better. There we are. That looks quite nice. I know I've got 2 brake coaches on the back, but I wanted to use all the entire set. So that can go 10 miles an hour faster. And it does look quite smart, doesn't it? Smart in the good sense, not the other sense. Order new paint for the Iron Steeds. It's a tad too dark. Well, no, because we've just replaced them, the entire train sets. With all this fast forwarding, they need 2 brake coaches. Yes. So let's see how this will. Whoa, no, wait for me. No, wait. Okay, there we go. Gotcha. That's fine. Continue, please. Yeah, and it is good to have a separate tunnel. Okay. Interesting, I think that might have just done the trick. Because there were only 29 people waiting there. We'll see what it's like at Ghoul. And then we'll move on to another project. You can just imagine Marty hanging on to the rear of the train on the speeder cart. I see. Marty McFly. As soon as someone mentions Back to the Future, the theme is in my head immediately. Also, I do definitely want to not go overtime too much today, so when I do hit the time limit, please let me know. So the original, I think the original, either the original or from number 2, probably number 2. If there is a difference, I think there is a difference, or maybe I'm mistaking it for something else. Also, I will have to have another look at the rock situation. Also, how many people? 50. Okay, it looks like we've got it under control. Yay, we've got it under control. Good. Okay, so that is a passenger line. That's doing good. T17 minutes and counting. Yes, good. Negative 17. Three themes also quite memorable event. Oh yes, definitely. But when I think Back to the Future, I think more of the original or the second one. Where is our stone train? Is it that one? Yes, where is the other one? So that's 14. I want 21. Which is where? Up here. Okay, let's just see when that arrives. Let's just see what sort of a... T minus 17 minutes, yes. Oh, of course, minus, of course. Yeah. I was kind of speeding through that a bit. Okay. So, when it arrived... Actually, how much stuff is waiting here? There's 105. Okay, so we do need... I think 1 more wagon on both of these. So let's quickly add 1. They'll probably be in cargo. There we go. And then that should cover it. That's 15. Yeah. I think I can go well, actually I can go a few minutes overtime just if I'm just finishing something, but not that much. Important stuff needs to be done, after all. So, let's give Olney some construction materials. Actually, how much production? Okay, so that's got half at the moment. It's yeah, half of it is being shipped. So that means that I will probably need to double the capacity of that. What is this currently at? Okay, so that should support it without issue. So, in that case, I need a... Well, ideally a crossover would be nice. Oh, we could have a line connecting up like that. Ooh, that'd be nice. That would be nice. So, let's do that. Let's have this... Well, let's see. Can I have that connect up like that? Doesn't really want to. But that should be fine. Okay. And this then curve around like that. What would it look like if I just have this connected up like this? Well, it would dig into the hill a lot, and it would cover up the track. No. I've got to actually align it to the track first, like that. 60 miles an hour seems fine for that. Oh, that bit's really quite slow. 50, sure. Okay, so then that comes up here. And I could now have this separated, but I think I'm just going to use the same line. I think that should be fine. Do I need to double... I don't think I need to double track that. I'll put a signal in there. I'll put a signal in there. One there. And one there. Just a good measure, I'll put one there as well. And we've already got one on actually no, I'll put one on there as well. Double slip at the other end? Yes. Wait, haven't I done that already? Oh no, I haven't. Thank you very much. You probably just saved me a lot of time trying to figure out why it isn't working. Idea, could we do MP on Kutzel, the forest isle, sometime? It would be nice, but I don't know if everybody has Tane, because I don't think it looks great in TRS 19. How many people are waiting here? 35, that's good. Going to Ghoul. When did our last Ghoul train leave? Okay, that's been a while. Good. So, now let's connect the construction materials. New line. From Winslow Brickworks. Over. Roger. No, over to Olney. And let's just quickly double check that that is in fact using everything correctly. So it'll probably look quite... I think you did use a lot of speed trees though? Yeah, I did, but the issue with that is that... oh, I need another junction there. No, that's one issue, that's not the issue. No. The issue with that is the lighting. I think that in TRS 19, the lighting is just so different that it wouldn't really work. Brickworks Platform 2. Okay. So it'll come in on that one. I only have TRS 19 and 2020 and not currently installed. Yeah. But not, yeah. So, yeah, it would have to be TRS 19 compatible. That was pretty much clear even before you said that. Which is unfortunate considering that Trains in the Era is so much smoother on my computer. It runs so smoothly, the frame rate, and the 2D assets look great from the shadowy side as well, but oh well. Anyway, we've got the line. Now let's call it Olney Olney brick train, why not? T-minus 10 minutes and counting, all systems go. Yes. I think I'm probably going to go overtime for like 5, maybe 10 minutes, something around that, but not anything more than that. Not anything more than that. So we've got the line. Oxygen levels nominal. Beep. So we've got the line. Now, I think we need something on wheels to go along it. So I'll buy the train now, even though I will have to put in a truck line to properly use it anyway. And since we've got a long stretch of the 60-mile-an-hour passenger trains, and we're using the same track, I'm pretty much going to have to use this loco. But I'm going to use the brown livery because I quite like that one. Cargo. These ones are still our best ones? No, not those ones. These ones. I think maybe... Actually... Just one more thing, just one more thing, just one more thing. Yes, yes, yes. Just one more thing. Exactly. Only I don't smoke cigars or anything else for that matter. Let's try capacity of... I don't know. Let's try keeping it at a good power rating. How much would I need to get rid of for that? Oh, maybe it's mediocre anyway, so... Let's just try 100 capacity. 105, why not? Let's have one train so far. I'll pause it here. Actually, we can watch it go out, and then I'll pause it, because I need to then put in the truck line. But you do have a dog named Dog. I don't think so, last time I checked anyway. Ah, lovely livery. I know it's not a freight locomotive with a wheel layout. Ooh, wait. This may not even work. Hold on, what is the maximum speed of our cars? Ooh, it is... Well, it's at least 60. My brother had a dog named Dog. Oh, I see. LBC Dark Umber. Exciting, isn't it? So how much has this already connected? Not much. Okay, so I'm going to require... Actually, can I put on... I guess I can just put on cargo ramps here. Oh wait, no, this is already a cargo stop. I'd forgotten that I had planned for the future. Shocking, I know. Right, anyway. I need to put on truck stops. So if I put on a... I'll put on a little truck stop there. Put one on there. They'll be able to just spelled dog. Oh, I see. And I'll put one... Well, since there's industrial over here, I'll put one there. Okay, that's probably a few too many, but I think it should be fine. From there to there, there. Let's name this one Olney. Olney trucks. Why not? Okay, so it's time for some road vehicles. I know I could use trams, but I think having some trucks should be fine. Let's use the open one, why not? Let's put them on the trucks line. I originally thought his name was Doigi. Doigi? They lived in Hawaii at the time, and I thought it was a Hawaiian name. Oh, I see. Right, so here they go. I will also have to keep an eye on the emissions, because at the moment we're losing 20% size because of emissions. And if emissions become a problem, I may just get a mod to disable it, because I don't know... If it is fun to deal with, then I'll leave it. And at the moment, I think it's going to be fun, but it's one of those things that I may end up removing at some point in the future, just to make things look pretty, basically. So how full are you? 37. Good. I found it was just dog, spelled D-O-G. Delicious. And 42 going the other way. So I think that this is going to work out quite nicely. In the meantime, let's go over here and see if there's any... Ooh, look! We've got our first 2 bricks waiting to go the other way. Did our train already... No, this is our train going that way. Curtis, did you see my 2253 one about the ships? No, sorry. Also, do you reckon you'll bring in the ships at some point as well? Could quite easily be. When you say DOG quickly, it sounds like Doge. DOG. 5 minutes. Yes. Let's fast forward. So I'll let this run a couple times, then we'll see where we get to. I mean, I may. So for example, we do have oil and stuff back here. So having ships transport along the river could be quite nice, but ships take a long time, and trains tend to be prettier, at least to me. Passenger train! Gonna stick with just ground transport or add ships aircraft are available? Aircraft, no. I don't think so. I don't like them. Ships, maybe. If they become useful, which they may or may not do. We do have a river going down the middle here, which does connect some towns, so perhaps. But I don't know. Maybe. Hatch sealed. I see. Good. So we can't... Actually, how many people are waiting? Ooh, a lot of people are waiting there. Nice. Okay, so I've got a little bit to be delivered. Let's follow it back around and go back around and so on. And then we'll... I mean, just look at that, going over that bridge there. Doesn't that just look so UK-y? Like 19th century UK? Imagine if there was a good a mod that adds in Thunderbird 2 as an aircraft with proper aircraft landing gear instead of landing feet. I don't know. Didn't seem like a lot along the river to make ships worthwhile on this map. Yeah, that's the only thing. I mean, I could maybe connect some... like, I don't know. Like, we've got, for example, the oil refineries. So, getting oil from there. Maybe we could do something like that gets oil from the crude oil refineries back there over to the fuel refineries here along the river via ship. Perhaps. But if I think about either doing that or just putting in a high-speed freight line with lots of freight trains, then the freight trains just seem more appealing to me. Of course, with the tropical map, which we played in the last series, ships were in a lot of cases very needed. Exactly, yeah, trains just seem so much faster. Yes, exactly. Especially when I'm fast forwarding. Well, Ooh, we've already got a lot of stuff waiting here now. Let's just see how much it'll earn when it gets to Olney. T-minus 1 minute and counting! Yeah. It's okay if I go a little while over, but I do want to make sure that the rocks are keeping up and things, the stones, things like that. But once I finish that, I'll probably end the stream. Fact! Transport Fever was the first game in the series to feature airplanes. It featured Concorde, but they removed this plane in Transport Fever 2 due to it barely being able to reach its top speed before needing to slow down again. Yes. But isn't there a mod that adds it back in? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1... Yes. Liftoff imminent. Yeah, I'll see how much this train earned, then I'll go over to the stones and see if our trains... I'll probably need more trains there to keep up with capacity, because now the construction materials factory, mill, is supplying for 2 towns instead of just 1. So it's eating for 2, some might say. So probably need to do that, and then I'll end the stream. But I'm really interested to see how much profit this makes. So this is mostly full. Well, maybe 2/3. Okay, that is actually quite profitable. And now that we've got that here, I am quickly going to purchase some more trucks. 8? Let's do 10. Okay, so now let's have a quick look at our rock situation. So this should have increased. Okay, so 300, yeah. Yes. This needs more trains. Yeah, 1 just left, fully loaded, and there's already a whole bunch of stuff waiting there. I think maybe if I just clone this train once more. Although, okay, tell you what, I'm going to clone the trains, and then I'm going to put on our 60-mile-an-hour locomotive on these, because the ones we've been using so far, we've upgraded the other ones, but not these ones, and it's just going to slow everything down. So even though, I mean, they are also quite strong. Actually, that's the wrong one. I wanted the Freight Brown, we'll call it, named after the owner of the... No, there is another brick factory up there. I know. And I could do that. I could connect this one up with a quarry down there, and that is definitely something that I would be interested in doing. Because that just means more industries working stuff. Plus we could have cargo trams going over the mountain there. Tell you what, I might be able to... The thing is, I don't want these to close. I don't want them to accidentally close. So I think what I'll do is I'll quickly put on a... Actually, tell you what, if we are using cargo trams, then this will go quite quickly. Just because I don't actually need to deliver stuff away from here at this point. I just need to deliver stuff to here. So I think I can quickly do that in a few minutes. Yes. Actually, in here. Just one more thing. Oh, is that the Colombo clip? It probably is. Okay, so just have that... Ooh, too much slope. There we go. That there. And then I need to quickly upgrade the roads. But the thing is, I'm doing this at the moment while I'm aware that I am... well... Now, why do these... Oh, I see. Yeah. So that I'm aware that I'm currently going over time a little bit. So let's just quickly upgrade this. So that should theoretically then start taking some of this tone up there. So let's see. So actually, now that I'm thinking about it, these cars can transport a lot of stuff. So maybe I could do that. Forgot the tram track in station. What do you mean? Are you sure? I thought I put it in. No, I put it in. Yeah. So let's call this one Ghoul Brickworks Tram. I know my name convention is all over the place, but it's fine. So If I just buy 4 of them, put them on this line, then technically, mind you, bricks should be able to already make it down there on the stone train, because the cars can load all the stuff, like every cargo. Huh. So let's just quickly see if that'll work. It'll only take a couple minutes. We're only 5 minutes over at the moment. But I will definitely end at 10. Oh yeah, and this, we'll see how that works. We'll see how that pans out. That's something that I'll need to explore over the course of the next session. Also, we're going to need to supply this thing with, this town with bricks as well, which I haven't done yet. Gulbas RL. Oh really? T plus 5 minutes. Yes, thank you very much. Ah, that's so nice. Okay, where are the trams? Trams! Wait, are they using the same terminal? No, they're not. Good. Ooh, Olney now accepts machines and general goods. Nice! Because I do have town growth turned on, so towns will grow. Okay, this tram is just making its way up. Quite slowly, yes. Start the date, progression back up again. We'll do it next time, because I don't want to unlock a whole bunch of stuff now and then have to not being able to do it now. These don't seem to be able to handle hills that well, which is understandable. Maybe horse and cart would be better, who knows. But anyway, I'm not optimizing this now. This car tram should have particles because the devs did add support for that today. True. 2 miles an hour. Come on. Let us land though. Yeah, I think it might be a bit steep for them. Yeah, we'll see. We will see. Color changeable? Maybe. Yes. Okay, so is there actually stuff waiting down here? Is there stone waiting here? Yes, look, there is stone waiting there. So now all I need to do is make sure that this doesn't close. So actually, hold on. I don't need this. Where's our the stone line? Can't I just? So this goes down to the brickworks. Can't I just? I can just add the station here and have it go across them all. Like that. So that should theoretically stop that all from breaking. Alex Goal! Well, Thomas Train. It is what I first saw here. It's a tram. It's a little steam tram mod. Hello, and you've just caught the end of the stream, unfortunately. Although I do have to get a thumbnail. So, can we ride it too? Yeah, you can. Click here, then click ride. There you go. You can actually ride it if you want to. But I've just put this in place so that our industries won't close at the moment. So, yes. But now I just need to get a thumbnail, and then that'll be that for this time round. Well, we've already got a... Although I suppose that might look quite nice. T plus 10 minutes. Yes. Thank you very much. Ooh, or maybe... no, not like that. It's not that interesting. Maybe up here. Is there a train up here currently? No. Although if I could catch a train on this bridge, that would be nice. Entering orbit. Already. Ah, and the town's growing. Olney is growing, and it now accepts all 4 things, which is lovely. Which should theoretically increase the maximum town size as well. Okay, so we'll wait for that train to be on here, then I'll get the screenshot and then we'll end it. Here it comes. Although that is the freight train. I suppose that's okay. Lovely Jubilee. Although the express is going to get here first. But no, I don't want the express. Not this time. Maybe next time. Also, that is starting to look a little dirty. I will have to increase the maintenance on some of these. Kind of our express looking dirty? Come on. Let's try getting a screenshot like that somehow. Let's try maybe. Well, maybe like that, but then zoomed in. That could work quite nicely. I'll try the same angle with the passenger train that's just coming up behind. Needs sepia filter. Yes, perhaps. Let's try that. From sidewalk looking up? Maybe, but I can't really look up that much. Although I do have the camera mode, but the thing with that is that it just... I can't really get rid of the menu, unfortunately. And I could save it to the screenshots folder like that, but... then I'd have to go look for it. I'll get another one like that, and maybe one more from up here. No, I can't. At least I don't think I can. I think maybe this one might be it. Anyway, that's good. I'm quite happy with the progress. We've linked up Olney with freight and more passenger. We've secured another line up there, and things are good. Over the side, like you are looking out of the window of a building. Over to the side, like your window. Oh! Well... you mean like that? Maybe. But the thing is, I can't look up further than that. Maybe. But if I... well, that might work. Maybe. Well, we'll see, we'll see. So, with that, I will save. And thank you all very much for watching this stream. It'll of course be archived on YouTube. And that is that. OBS, yes. Here we are. So, good night. Shoutouts? Yeah, Kago streams as well. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Bye-bye. Good night.